You are listening to the Genevieve Magazine Show on iGroove Radio. Enjoy, follow us, and above all, peace and love.
A lot of people don't actually know the difference between what a director does and what a producer does.
Right. Teach us, educate us.
Okay, here we go. It's very simple. The director is technical. So the director needs to know about the camera, the lenses, the lighting. That's what the director does. And then when he comes up with the idea for the, it's called a treatment, the concept. Once either he comes up with a concept, or the artist comes up with a concept, or me and him come up with a concept together. Once he comes up with that, we have to speak to the artist to figure out what their budget is, and then I then have to make sure that the concept that we have and the budget that the artist has, we can actually
tally.
Exactly, we can actually execute the idea with this budget. So then the budget's given over to me, the producer, which in layman's terms you could probably think of it more of as project management. So the money's given over to me. I then think, right, okay, so this video needs 10 dancers, 5 male, 5 female, and they need to have a dance. I have to call the dance group. They need a makeup artist and a hairstylist. I have to source that. So we need to shoot at, I don't know, so-and-so hotel, or we need to shoot at Freedom Park. I need to come and speak to the management here to make sure that they give us that authorization to do so. All the logistics, all the crew, all the kit, I have to hire everyone. So that way the director just comes to set with his kit, says action, and we're ready to film.
So he's not thinking about
what
they're wearing, or
he doesn't,
or
like,
makeup.
for example, WizKid's Jai video that we just did, he had nothing to do with
Shout outs to you guys on that.
Thank
it was
you.
really, really good. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, WizKid, we just dropped the Jai video. Randy Cole also dropped Rotate. That was also done by us. And yeah, so those were really fun videos to shoot as well. So for example, WizKid and the dancers, because it's a fella-inspired video, we had to get some Ankara outfits.
And even he was in it.
And even he was in it. So that was my idea with WizKid. So I was then in charge. I had to speak to the stylist. Shout out to Boo Boo, who Isigo, who made those costumes. The director has no clue about that. So as long as the artist, I liaise with the artist, and once the artist has agreed that they're fine with it, the director literally just comes with his camera, right, everybody in position, he knows what he wants to film.
The lighting and all of that.
Exactly, he knows what he wants to film, but I have to make sure that the lighting gets to set, that the camera gets to set, that the right equipment and the right props and the right dance.
So how do you balance Beat FM, Glam Report TV, which we'll come on to, and Film Factory?
Wow, I don't know. People make it seem like it's difficult, and I guess maybe it is. But I'm just used to being so busy that loads of my friends will tell you that I'm an insomniac. I hardly sleep. I'm always working, and I actually enjoy it. What I try to do is, being a producer, you have to be very good at project managing, and that also means you have to be good at managing time. As well as people. So luckily I've managed to figure out a way to fit all of it in. First of all, I'm only on radio at Beat FM Saturday and Sunday. So that kind of works, because I'm on air from 6 PM till 10 PM on Saturday and Sunday. And then during the week, Monday through to Friday, it gives me the opportunity to run my production company. And then if there are any productions that occur simultaneously as my Beat FM time slot, then I have assistants and other people that I can kind of delegate to, and they can kind of take care of what needs to be done over the few hours that I'm away.
Okay.
So I also believe in macro management, not micro. A lot of Nigerians, the boss, if you go to the boss has to be there, has to make all the decisions. I'm kind of like, no, I want to be able to have a production going on in SA, a production going on in America, a production going on in LA, and a production going on in London and in Lagos at the same time.
Okay.
So that way I'm being efficient and I'm maximizing and also getting as much revenue simultaneously as possible. If I had to be in all those places at once, you can't do it all.
No, you wouldn't be very effective.
No, not at all. So the thing that the whole idea is to train people and get adequate staff who are competent enough to execute the standard that we expect from Film Factory and that we always deliver. So yeah, so far it's been hard, but it's working.
Okay. On that note, there's been a little bit of kind of it's been all over the internet, this
Oh, I
whole
know what you're
drama,
gonna say, yeah.
with Davido, and he had his Skelewu video, which
Right.
Film Factory did,
Yeah.
and then he put it out there that he didn't like his video,
Right.
and your brother actually released the statement
Yeah.
saying that his name is credible,
Yeah.
always has been, and that he went with the team to Davido with this video. They liked it, and he was shocked that now his client was being immature in his words. So
Yeah,
do you want to clear that up?
Okay, so this is where we're at. A few months ago, when Davido approached us to do the video, it was under very short notice. We literally had from the moment that we filmed it to the moment that he gave us, let's say, about 3 days' notice.
To do the Skelewu video.
To do the Skelewu video. So based on that, they already had the treatment, the concept that they wanted. They wanted to be quite local, quite grassroots. They wanted everybody to do the dance. They wanted it to be very, very heavily dance-based. And we were like, okay, cool, we'd like to incorporate a few more of our own ideas, but we didn't have enough time to execute it based on the time frame, because he wanted to release the video literally like a week after we shot it. So we had a very, very tight time frame to deal with. And you've got to remember that Shason doesn't live in Nigeria.
He lives in England.
He lives in England. So he was over here filming a TV commercial that we were doing, and a few days before he then left to go back to England, that's when we got approached to do the video. So anyways, all of that aside, we shot the video. And during the editing stages, we gave it to Davido, and as far as we've been told, he liked the video, and his team said that they liked it. There was no point that anyone from the HKN gave that information to Chesson or to any member of Film Factory that it was an unsatisfactory video. So then the video apparently leaked, and
so what happened then?
That is like the biggest mystery, because Film Factory have been in the business for about 8 years. We started off in the UK and we've been here, and 80% of our jobs are actually commercials. So we have never had a video leak. We've done The Band, we've done WizKid, we've done so many artists. We've done Alexandra Burke. In the UK, we've done Lamar. None of our videos have ever leaked. So that is something that we can't put our hands on who did it.
But it mysteriously got out there.
It mysteriously got out there.
And then did the circuit
and
around all of the block.
It wasn't even the final version of the video. So we wouldn't even leak a video that's not even the final version, that hasn't been fully graded and all that. But regardless of that, the point that we as Film Factory are trying to make is it's not really a big deal. I think the media wanted it to seem a lot more interesting than what actually had happened. It's very fine for a client to turn around and say they're not satisfied with the video.
What happens then? Do they ask for a refund?
No, the thing is, what we do is that the way it works, you need to pay for the production, the pre-production up front. So that way we're never at a loss.
Okay.
So when I hire the models, when I'm talking about the location and I'm talking about makeup artists, the money, the deposit that they've dropped already covers all of that.
Right.
So we're not being owed any money. So it's like, okay, cool, you don't like it. All right, mate, is there anything we can do to change it? Oh, you're shooting the video with Mo Musa. Great. Mo Musa actually trained with my brother. So my brother's like, great, Mo Musa's a great director and he'll do the video
justice.
Yeah, justice for you. If you had told me that
and
you didn't like it.
A lot of people online have actually been saying they prefer your brother's version.
See, the way I say it, there are 3 videos. There's the viral video for Skelewu, there's the Film Factory version, that obviously Chesson directed and I produced, and there's the Mo Musa version, and it's really up to the fans.
And there's the 4th video.
Which is the 4th one now?
Which is the video, the media circuit that everyone's creating, that we're all watching. It's like a movie.
Really? I haven't even seen that one. So I think it's really up to the public to decide which one they like. But the good thing about it is that as a journalist, no news is bad news, because either way, it's making all eyes it's forcing eyes to pay attention to the videos, not just the one video, to all of them. Now people are going online trying to search for the video.
I tried to search for your brother's one, and it's no longer there.
Yeah, because well, I don't know how they put it on there, I don't know how they took it off, but so the way I say it, let's look at it from a corporate point of view. I've worked for I've done some adverts, TV commercials for, let's say, a mobile phone company. And we gave them the video. The head of marketing says, right, I want to push the camera. That is the product in this mobile phone that we want to push. So we shoot a TV commercial for that. We give it to the head of marketing. They like it. Before the commercial gets released, the head of marketing leaves and goes to work for another company. A new head of marketing comes in and then decides, you know what, I don't want to push the camera product as the mobile phone. I want to push that we have a great data internet package.
Right.
and they decide they don't want to use that commercial anymore.
So that's a different direction.
Exactly. So that's your prerogative. That's the client's prerogative to choose what they want to release. We know that once you give us a brief and we execute that brief and we've not owed any money for it, once we give it to you, you can do what you want with it. So if you want to say it's a leak, if you want to say it's an original, if you say you don't like it, it's really up to you. There's no beef whatsoever.
Have you spoken to Davido since this whole
I haven't
hoo-ha?
actually spoken to him, but I've spoken to members of the HKN gang. I've seen a couple of them out. And yeah, everything's fine. Even like my birthday was earlier on this year, and he was at the same club that I was, and this was like maybe 2 or 3 days before the video leaked.
Okay.
And we were all partying together, and it was all fun. So yeah, I mean.
So there's no bad blood, no bad
No,
feelings?
not at all. For me and for my company, the way we see it is, as long as the client is happy, that's fine.
Okay.
We don't want to give anyone a bad name. We don't want our company to have a bad name. We don't want it to make it seem like Davido or the HKN gang are going around doing things. I'm just saying that I don't know how the video came out, number one. It wasn't a film factory. That's not our issue. Number two, we're not being owed any money, so there's no need for us to have any bad blood. Number three, if our client is completely happy with shooting another video with Mo Musa, then great, let him go ahead and do so, because Mo Musa is a great director, and there is enough talent and enough work for all directors to do it, to pull out. So
definitely,
it's not like there's any competition, you know.
There's enough space in the sky for all birds to fly.
Exactly.
You know?
So we just care about our clients' happiness. Every single one of our clients.
Yeah.
So if they decided, the only thing I would have appreciated is if they then decided that they didn't like the video, if they had communicated with us a little bit more, and then maybe we could have found a way to either do a reshoot or rectify whatever issues they may have had. But we didn't have any. That communication wasn't communicated to us.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, can we all just get along?
Exactly.
Can we all just get along?
That's the thing, though. We have all been getting along, but the media made it seem like there was a big hoopla. When I found out about the whole, we're having an argument with Davido, or we're having, I was on the beach because it was around Salah. I was at the beach, my friend's beach house. My brother was in London shooting Le Quarco, which is Iyanya's brand new song, and the video should be out within the next couple of weeks, so look out for that as well. So he was on set filming that. I'm on the beach chilling, and I'm getting these tweets from some blogs. Oh, Vade, you're arguing with this person. And I'm just like, wait.
But the media just has the power to do that, doesn't it?
I laughed it off. I was just like, you know what? It's something to read and something to laugh at. This too will blow over, and
it will.
I will always stand by the work that we've done. So regardless of people, whether the HKN gang didn't like the video or not, I would say yes, they gave us the brief. Yes, we executed it, and yes, I'm proud of my work.
Oh, here. Let's lighten up the mood with some music. How about we go for Jai Jai, which you guys just recently did?
Yes, I shout out to, I have to say, Sir Femi Kuti. He is an amazing
legend.
person. He is, I love him to bits. So, yeah, can I do the intro?
Please do.
You are on Genevieve Magazine on iGroove Radio, and the next track coming up is by Wizzy Baba, aka Wizkid, and the track is Jai Jai featuring Sir Femi Kuti. My name's Fade, and Liz Yemoja is right here as well.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So, talking about the media, I have to say that you've kind of escaped criticism. Really, I don't really see, because I spend a lot of time. I'm online manager for Genevieve Magazine, so I spend a lot of time online, and I generally don't see them, ripping you to shreds. Yeah. So how have you managed that?
I think through prayers, maybe. I don't know. Good luck. Well, I think maybe a couple of things. When I first came to Nigeria, I worked as a journalist. So I had a column in PM newspaper. Not a lot of people know that. And I also have written for Next newspaper, Guardian newspaper. So generally I know quite a few journalists and also photographers. So maybe they're being nice. If there's a story that's going to come out, they'll probably say, hey, Paddy, by the way, so-and-so said that they saw this, or they might write this. Then I kind of contact them and say, hey, and I clear the story, and they're like, oh, crap, okay. Because the thing is, most journalists here, they don't do the verification stage because it's juicy. They'll just write it and then wait for the backlash. Maybe the artist or the person in question will then call up the newspaper, and then, query whatever was written. But luckily, sometimes a few people give me a heads up beforehand.
Oh, so there has been possibilities.
But yeah, it was actually false. It was, I don't even remember what it was.
It's probably something to do with a guy.
Not even. It was, I think, they thought I was, they thought I was dating somebody.
There you go, a guy.
I was just like, actually, we're neighbors, and I actually work for them, and I'm a TV producer, and most of the times that you see me out, I'm actually working. They're like, oh my gosh, is that what you do? And they're like, oh, did you put this just on? I'm like, yeah, I'm not just sitting on set, trying to flirt with the artist. I'm actually working. This is my production company. And then they're like, oh, they realized the gravity of the mistake they would have made if they had printed it. So the people that know what I do and know my production company would be like, this is completely false.
The only thing is the people that know are fewer than the
very
people.
few that people don't know. So
so
that way I've averted maybe 1 or 2 stories that way. But other than that, I spend so much time working that I don't even think there's much time for any juicy gossip to be released. Like if I was, even when I'm out at a club or whatever, it's mainly work related. So maybe there's like an album release party that, because I'm part of Beat FM, or maybe there's a fashion show that part of Glam Report I have to go to, or even if that, because I'm working with so many different corporate companies, and I get invited to a lot of different events. So even when I'm out, it's still kind of on a professional, I still have my professional hat on. There's not that many times you'll just see me like, wasted coming out of a club like, yeah, turn up. So maybe because of that, there's hardly anything to write. But I really.
Well, we're waiting. We're waiting.
No. I hope it stays this way.
No one ever. It's never forever. So.
Well, though people slate what I wear. I get that. Sometimes what I wear, like, oh, what's she wearing? What does she think she's doing? I get that all the time, but I'm not really dressing up for anyone. I dress up for myself.
So, we'll come back and talk about your fashion. But so you are the Beat FM. You're with Maria, Bemi, Tools. Those are the girls that I can think of the top.
As well.
Okay, Dami. Yeah. So what's the environment like? Spill all the gossip.
Do you know what? No, not really, because unfortunately I don't really get to see them because they all work Monday to Friday.
Right.
And I'm the only, apart from Dami, I work Saturday and Sunday. And I think Dami works on Sunday morning. So our timetables, we don't actually see each other. Right. So we actually try to spend time. Like maybe once a month, we have like a little, let's all hang out on a weekend, just actually have a drink or two. Simply because we don't actually get to see each other.
So who are you closest to?
I'd probably say Bimi. Okay. We have a lot of luck. Well, the person I'm closest to is Jimmy. Who's the sports guy. Female has to be Bimi.
Okay.
We have a lot of laugh. I don't know why me and her, we always... Tools and I are quite close as well, actually. Tools and... I'll probably say Tools.
I was actually at a beach party. Well, not party, just I went to my friend's beach house last week. And Bimi was there. I didn't say hello just because I didn't want to fans. But she was just reading a book all day. And I remember my friends that were with me were like, oh, we really like that girl. She's not like all these chicken heads, all these skinny wool that are jumping up and down. She's reading her book. It's so refreshing to see a girl reading her book. So I think one of them actually, I encouraged him. I said, go and tell her then. And so they went to tell her. She seemed like a really lovely person.
She is. Bimi's really nice. And I think she works very, very hard. A lot of, I'm sure you probably get it as well.
Because she's also a director at Beat FM, right?
She's a programs director for Niger FM.
Okay, which is part of...
basically there's 3 radio stations, Classic FM, Niger FM, Beat FM, all under the same umbrella called Mega Electrics. And so she's the programs director for Niger FM, so she's constantly busy. So I'm sure... that was probably the most time that she's ever had to herself, and she just thought, right, I just want to sit there, read a book, no disturbances, my phone's not going to ring. I can imagine that, because sometimes I wish... People think I don't even get to watch TV. People are like, oh, I saw your show, I saw your music video on MTV or this station.
And you haven't even seen it.
And I'm like, I saw it on my laptop when the editors sent it to me, and I approved it, and that's about it. Like, I don't even have time to do so. So when I do get the chance to have a bit of downtime, like I can imagine she was doing, you really cherish it. But if you're out there and you want to come up and say hello, feel free. Just don't be creepy about it. Just like, hey, show some love. I like your radio show, or I like your voice, I like the work you're doing. It's always good to get encouragement. Yeah. Especially in the society when a lot of people try and bring you down. You don't really find a lot of people that try to empower you or try to build you up. People are always trying to find something critical. Okay, we're going to go a little bit deep here. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
So I believe there's something, because of slavery, I believe a lot of, I wouldn't just say West Africans, but maybe Africans, especially the countries that have been affected gravely through slavery, we have something called an inferior complex.
Okay.
So automatically you will find that the average grassroots Nigerian will see a white person and treat them better than they'll treat their next door neighbor, because they automatically see the white skin and believe white is better, the lighter the better, which is why a lot of people a lot of bleaching is quite popular within our society, because it's more accepted. The lighter you are, the better you're seen as, or so I believe that because of that superiority that they feel with the white race, we then have an inferior complex. We feel inferior subconsciously, and we then try to then be better or have so much competition with the regular Nigerian, with a fellow Nigerian, rather than try and build them up. We focus more on, okay, but I'm better than you. I've done it, my weave is better than yours. I'm lighter than you. I earn more money than you. Or which car are you driving? How many Louis Vuittons do you have? Do you have the latest Louis Vuitton bag? Does he have a real Rolex? Oh, no, that Rolex must be fake. That gold is not real gold. It's only 18 carats. It should be 24. We never want to find anything positive to say to build each other up, because it's a society, we find that it's easy to bring people down so that we can then feel better.
But as it's been said each time, that you blow out someone else's candle and it doesn't make yours shine any brighter.
No, it doesn't.
So I wish that we will, as a society, especially females, just come together a little bit more to support each other, bring each other up. And
there's a saying girls talk about each other, women empower each other.
Of course.
And I believe that growth as a nation always begins by supporting each other. We don't support each other that much at all.
No, not enough.
When you go to an event, I can feel the eyes that are looking at me as I walk past, and most of them are not trying to say, oh, she looks cute, or she's like, oh, who bought her that bag? I'm sure it's one man that she's dating. And I'm like, well, my father's actually quite comfortable, thank you very much, and I'm very hardworking, and I've got my own company. The thing is, they don't actually do research to find out what you're about. They automatically just judge and say, if you're a pretty girl, loads of guys will be after you, so that means somehow you must have been showered with gifts, and you don't actually work hard for anything.
Yeah.
And it's
how do you deal with some of your friends that may be jealous, because you must have gotten that as well?
Oh, I don't think I have.
No?
No.
None of your friends are jealous of, or no one changed because of where you are now?
Not really, because number one, you got to remember that I didn't grow up here. So the friends that I have are people that I've known over the last 3 years, and I'm very careful about the people that I'd actually bring into my inner circle.
Which brings me to this question: how do you tell if someone wants to genuinely be your friend, or if it's some of that groupie love that you tweeted about the other day?
I try to work, be friends with females, especially if it's a female, with someone that I know is not, I wouldn't say established, but hardworking and in their own right achieving something. So that way they're not just sitting back and focusing on, oh, what's Friday doing today? Why hasn't she called me? Oh, how much is this job that you're doing worth? No. When I'm sitting down and talking to you, I want you to also be telling me about the projects that you've got going on, because I always end up having a really good relationship with other females that I do business with. So people like Elohor, I've worked with Beth Models time and time again. We've done Miss Nigeria. Echo Adewo, I've produced stuff for 53 Extra. So even Tiwa Savage, I've shot her video. So these are girls that doing in their own rights, they're doing their own things, and they're very successful. So they're so busy in their own right, and they're so busy in their own careers, they don't have time to dwell on what I'm doing, and then have to start feeling jealous. I believe it's those females that are idle, who don't really have much going for themselves. That's when you start focusing on what other people are doing, because you're not doing anything yourself. And if you're not, then it's not very likely that you'll be in my circle.
Okay then, Fade has spoken. I think we need a music break. Let's lighten up the mood. Do the honours.
Right, okay, do you know what? I want to introduce a song to you.
Okay.
It's quite a cheeky, tongue-in-cheek song. There's a guy that I really love. He's called Rico Love. He's an American songwriter and also a producer. Now, have you heard of the saying, turn the lights on? And you think of Beyonce's Sweet Dreams? Sweet dreams, turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Kelly Rowland's Motivation, you'd hear turn the lights on. Anytime you hear that line, turn the lights on, it means it was either written by Rico Love or he actually produced the song itself.
Okay.
So even like he's got, I can list you, Heart Attack, Trey Songz, Usher, Hey Daddy.
So he didn't do turn on the lights, all of the lights, all of the lights. Okay, different song.
So when you just hear the word turn the lights on,
turn the lights on,
it's Rico Love. So sometimes Rico Love sings as well, and so I want to introduce you to a new song.